Seems like I just covered this just a few months ago, and it's not looking any better. I mean, the amount of kids moving in back with their parents or staying at home, wanting to get out but can't get out. They got the huge debt burden on their shoulders from college, or not even necessarily that. Just terrible job market, which is insane to even think about when our government keeps showing us this 5% unemployment crap. Talk about just absolute garbage numbers. The number of young adults living with their parents has never been higher, but it could be worse, says Zero Hedge. Back in 2012, the bullish thesis for U.S. housing, the one everyone was hoping for, instead of the fake housing recovery, driven by the parking of dirty foreign oligarch money in New York City triplexes, aka the new Swiss bank account, the private equity distressed rental property bid, and bank subsidies courtesy of the delay in the foreclosure pipeline, was that all those millions of young Americans aged 18 to 34 would finally move out of their parents' houses and start households of their own. We mocked the idea for one simple reason. Those very millennials who, as everyone now knows, can't find any well-paying jobs and have zero job security, and on whose back the housing recovery was supposed to take place on, couldn't afford rent, let alone go and buy a house, and as such will be stuck living in their parents' basements well into their 30s, if not 40s, and why not forever at that point. 3 years after 2012, Goldman, as in, Goldman Sachs, has finally admitted that all the talk about about a major exodus of your Americans from parental houses and into the harsh crony capitalist world was nothing but hot air. As the chart below shows, the share of 18 to 34-year-olds living with their parents has never been higher, and it's topped out at almost 32% right now. 1968, it was 28%. Then you had, remember, the early 1980s with the huge raising of interest rates and the economic problems then. We had about 29% then. And then it started to come back down and to that 26, 27-ish range percent. So now it's climbed up to touching 32 practically. And this is from the year, first of all, from 2003 and 4, maybe 5, it was at that 27% level. And then from that point forward, even until now, 2013 and 2014 for where this chart stops. And then just from 2013 to 14, it kind of just goes across there, sideways. So, no, it didn't go down in like recovery mode. And even if it did, it doesn't, but if it did, that's the year 2013 and 2014. I thought the official story was that we got out of the recession in 2009. I mean, just as quick as we entered it. No, maybe not. This is how Goldman's economist team, which 3 years ago was among the biggest proponents of the now completely debunked outward migration thesis, tries to unveil this all too unpleasant finding. The share of young people living with their parents increased 4% percentage points, or 3 million individuals, from 2006 to 2012, and has not declined recently despite a much better job market. Well, that's because the much better job market doesn't exist. Fake government numbers. So now that's why that makes sense. Oh, okay. And since the ivory towers of your 200 West headquarters do not allow you to visit the world of the mere mortals, let us clue you in on a big secret. One can't buy or rent anything on minimum wage. I'll even one-up that one a little bit. One can't buy or rent anything on better than minimum wage while working part-time job or jobs. Because you might get, I get $12 an hour. How many hours you get in a week? 20, 25. Oh, 32. I got 32 last week. Yeah, but you need 40 for that to really, really count. Yep. Sorry about that. So one can't buy or rent anything on minimum wage, the same wages which the booming sectors of the U.S. job market are getting. In fact, it is precisely due to the abysmal jobs market for young people, those 55 and over having nothing to worry about, which, together with millions of Americans, young Americans that is, ranking in tens of thousands of dollars in unrepayable college loans, is precisely what is forcing so many young men and women to pay rent to their mom and dad. Okay, but this is Goldman. Surely it won't simply admit it was wrong and move on. Of course not. It will instead create the biggest straw man we have ever seen. And to wit, the share of young adults living with their parents has risen about 4 percentage points, or 3 million individuals, since the house prices peaked back in 2006. The share of children in the basement has not come down recently, despite significant improvements seen in the job market. That's because those numbers are garbage. And what numbers they do have, oh, you're working part-time job, oh, you count. You count. We're getting 12 hours a week. You count. Got a job. What about the guy that didn't have a job and just got tired of looking and stopped? We count that as him finding a job. Got it. So make sure we're clear on that. The higher youth at home rate has depressed household formation and housing demand. In today's note, we take an international perspective on the drivers and outlook for young adults living with their parents. In other words, yes, it's bad, but if one looks at Europe, hey, it's actually great. Well, not really. We used Eurostat and U.S. Census data to compare the rates of children living with parents in the U.S. and Western Europe. Exhibit 2 shows that there are large differences across countries in the share of young adults living with their parents. For instance, fewer than 20% of Finnish young adults live with their parents, while more than 55% of their Italian counterparts do live with their parents. The U.S. share of youth living with parents is still relatively low in the international context. Among the 19 developed economies, only young adults from Finland and France, the United Kingdom, or the Netherlands are less likely to live with their parents than young adults in the U.S. Thought this was America. Isn't this America? Isn't this where people want to come and be and live the American dream? And you know, I mentioned this this is quite a while ago. And I think it was that TV show, America's Got Talent. And you notice quite a few participants are not necessarily American or just got over here. They got their accent from Romania or wherever they were, and they're interviewing them. What are you going to do today? Yeah. Why are you doing this? Well, they all said it. All the foreigners. I want to come to America to live in this great country, to live this American dream. Yeah. And then as soon as we were done cheering, we look at each other. He didn't get the memo. Yeah, I know. He did. I don't have the heart to tell him. Yeah, American dream. Come on. It's still here. It's prosperous as hell. Come on over. For some people, it's true. For some people it is. But in that show, that's what they all believed. And I'm thinking of the how stupid this is, how idiotic. Do you know how many people sign up for that show? And then of those who get on, to just show their act in front of the cameras, I mean, it's a ton of people. And then they weed all them out and they get the actual contestants who are going to be on the show going forward. Got the approval from the judges? Yep, you're on. All right. And these people, it's like standing in line just miles behind you of people. Literally. Man, there's one lottery ticket. It is a winner. It is a winning lottery ticket. We know this. And one of us is going to get it. I think it's going to be me. Oh, what's that? Oh, you think it's going to be you. Oh, and you up there, you think it's going to be you. Let's not try to work hard Let's try to work hard for my money. So hot. Right? No, let's not work hard for our money. I want to be an entertainer. I want to do backflips and stuff on TV. The American way. That's what I want. Okay? Remember that story about the one lottery ticket? Think you might as well cut your losses now. Get the hell out of this line and go get a freaking job. Oh no, I gotta be an entertainer. Entertainer, man, that's what I want to be. I always knew this. I want to be an entertainer. I'm definitely an entertainer. And then you see this garbage performance they put on. And you're like, okay, that 10-year-old girl that just came on before you, just saying like a unbelievable professional, is going to destroy that piece of garbage, stupid performance you just put on. But in their head, it's America, I have a fighting chance, I'm going to do this. It's like nobody wants to really think about reality. The reality is, you get lucky on stuff like that. It's like winning the winning lottery ticket. I got the winning lottery ticket. How many millions of people tried? All of these other ones, but I got it. And then that person will go on and say, well, if you put your mind to anything, you can do it. Well, I'm going to put my mind to win this damn lottery ticket. I'm going to blow $20 a week, twice a week, $40 a week on lottery tickets because I'm going to really put my mind to it by spending more money. And then you start adding it all up, and I spent a few $100s this month on this. Well, I did win a few. Got a friend at work, good friend at work, buys lottery tickets all the time. You spent a lot of money on lottery tickets. Yeah. How often do you win? I win. It's so, but I definitely win. Yeah, I won $200 the other day. Won another $100. Oh, no kidding. I'm thinking, man, that sounds pretty good. Oh, but you got to see how much I spend. Oh, well, what are you talking? Oh, I think I spent $1,500. You spent $1,500 on lottery tickets, like in a month? I think it was a month. Yeah. You spend that much money on a lottery ticket? Yeah. So you've been doing this for a long time. I know this because I see you buying these lottery tickets. What's the wins versus losses? Like, are you up? You down? It's pretty even. I lose. I win it back. I lose it. I win it back. It's kind of like gambling in a sense. You win it, and you lose it, and you win it. Get a couple good tickets in a row. Then you get your money back. Well, now I got my money back. I'm going to go try to win again. You lost it. Do it again. So it doesn't matter what day I come here. Change the days. It's all about the same. So you lose, all about the same as you win. So if you're dead even, in a sense, because you're a hardcore lottery person, this goes for anybody that does this, why are you doing it? If you're literally breaking even, why are you doing it? This doesn't make sense to me. And I think, again, well, as long as I'm breaking even, maybe one day, I'll get that big one. I'll get that $10,000 winner scratch off. Maybe I'll get the 50 or 100,000. And I'm breaking even pretty much. I go down, I go back up. So I'll just keep playing this game. And then maybe one day I'll get lucky. But see, that's not the story of everybody. A lot of people will tell you, oh, well, that $1,500 story is probably $1,500 me losing and then $1,000 me winning. So I'm like losing $500 continuously, hoping for the same thing, the big win. Nobody wants to deal with or face reality. Old J Snip 4 doesn't have time to be screwing around with lottery. What are the odds? Okay. Have I ever played? Sure. It is so rare, though. It's almost not even worth mentioning. And if you live in a state like Illinois, where hey, I won the big one. We got a pension problem. 40% funded, so we're 60% unfunded. We got these unfunded liabilities. Yeah, I know we took all your money for the lottery. We did take it in and use it. But I can't pay you out because we can't pass a proper budget yet. And for now, I'm going to give you this little sticker here. It says, I owe you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. I gave you the money fully in the lottery. I know, we got it. We used it. I gave you money specifically for lottery. Yes, I know. Where's my winnings? Little piece of paper with my little tissue. Here you go. IOU. And that IOU is about worth the same as this tissue, except this is one of those tissues that has the lotion built in so you don't hurt your nose when you're blowing. This might be worth a little more than that IOU. And it's funny because I think of, again, Lindsey Williams talking about the stock market, not about these pensions and the government not paying people what's owed to them through their lottery. Not even that. Him just saying, when this crash happens, if you have anything written on a piece of paper, which stocks, bonds, whatever, it won't be worth the paper it's written on. And here we see you've got a lottery ticket written on a piece of paper that says you're a winner, written on that same piece of paper. Cash it in for some green dollar paper. Can't give you that. Here's another white piece of paper that says I owe you. And somehow we're past recovery mode. Federal Reserve, we're raising rates. We're good to go. We like the numbers we've seen. I'm here to tell you, I believe the Federal Reserve knows it's going to be the one that has the finger pointed at it. And like Webot said, is going to happen early next year. Federal Reserve is going to be looked at over some bad stock market moves. You guys made a bad decision in December. Why'd you do that? Look what happened. We didn't know. That's what they're going to play that game. They only did it because they were told to do it. It's now time. It's not that Janet Yellen comes in and my superior knowledge of these matters makes me my determination to raise the rates even that much stronger come December. No. Janet was handed another piece of paper that said, from your masters, it's time to raise the rates. Wink. Oh, yeah. No problem, masters. So, this is what you're left with. Parents moving in with the kids, kids moving in with the parents. This is not supposed to be this way. And here it is, staring us in the face. Truly American. Truly American. George Bush Jr.